Okay, basically my name's Paul. I originally was from Yorkshire, originally from Yorkshire, which I guess is where I first learned to juggle. Some friends of mine were running a juggling club, so I went along, and they used to do a lot of shows around the place. Used to tour, go to Glastonbury, places like that. And they ran courses as well in juggling, so I went to Scotland on one of their courses and got involved with it there, really. Carried on doing it a bit myself. Thing about it, right, I went to college for a year, did a year at it, and then went to Glastonbury and never came back, like, you know, so that's how it went, like, you know. Bought a little van at this stage, so I went to Glastonbury. We stayed on afterwards doing a bit of work there, and yeah, after that then there was a load of other people who were moving on to another festival, so I kind of followed along with them, and yeah, toured England and Wales and Scotland for a good few years. Ended up coming to Ireland just because we were parked in Wales and the ferry port was closed, and someone said, why don't we go to Ireland? So we ended up going to Ireland, which is where I met my partner Claire. I was actually driving down the road and they were hitching at the side of the road, and we picked them up, and I suppose you'd say the rest of it's history. But Claire then joined with me, Claire does juggling stuff as well, so we actually went to France for a while with a group of us, busking, and all this time I was going around busking. It was basically my living was from the hat on the street. So Claire joined with me then, and we did fire shows out in France. came back from France, and basically then we had our first little one, Millie, and it kind of struck me then really that the busking wasn't making enough money. Now we had the little one come along, you know. So we said, right, how can we do this and make more money? So we started doing little shows, little kids parties, things like that, and then we started getting booked for more and more festivals and events. And now we seem to be 24/7 on the road, touring all over Ireland. Could be in Belfast one day, in Tralee the next day, down to Waterford the next day, you know. So it's a pretty hectic lifestyle, but yeah, so that's the gist of it really. And teaching kids as well. Just recently we did the Waterford Spree Festival, where we teach kids in the big top, and we teach them juggling, tightrope walking and acrobatics. And we also work with a guy now who does acrobatics workshops, so we get the kids doing all forward rolls and cartwheels and getting them to do backflips. And really we've made the whole business now, the Wobbly Circus has become, from just myself doing it, has now become a group of quite a few of us that we hire.
We're going to start a show. Now, some of you people have been with me before. You know it's going to be a tough grind. You're going to dance until your feet fall off. You're not able to stand up any longer, but we're going to have a show.
Aaron is 8, Misha's nearly 2. And yeah, Millie's juggling balls. Aaron was just started to do the Diablo, and even the little one is now doing spinning plates, you know. So we are thinking perhaps they could even come in and do little bits in the show. In fact, the show now is a very interactive show where I get up quite a lot of kids and we're bringing them in, which is almost bringing the show into a workshop within it as well. Yeah, so the kids get involved, like, you know, as well. Yeah, well, like I say, I mean, we were thinking even perhaps of when you get a little one out the audience that people don't realise they're ours, and then they're really good at something, you know, and they could be, we can play on that. Yeah, Aaron loves, I mean, the two of them do with the hoodies, Wobbly Circus hoodies, and I mean, they love wearing them at school, like, you know, and the acrobat guys that we get in as well, I mean, they love them to bits, you know, and these guys are really good with showing them how to do tricks and stuff, so it's actually the acrobatics is what they're sort of looking at. But as you can imagine, we're working together, we're living together all the time, and a lot of these things as well, a lot of these events, you know, well, I like to think that I've got past the stage that we're rushing to them and jumping out the car and doing it, you know, that we're much more organised these days, but, you know, it doesn't always work like that, and, you know, it can be pretty hectic. You're racing from one gig to the next and trying to remember everything you've got to bring, so, no, we have a great relationship, but it can be a little bit fiery at times. And remember, folks, if you can't wake up with a smile on your face in the morning, put a coat hanger in your mouth at night.